that took over through Skull and Bones, that founded the CIA under OSS in 41 and the CIA in 47. This is the foreign takeover group. This is the monopoly group. And this is who rules us. These are the people that run our country today. About as high as it gets are Hillary and Clinton as top-level minions of the actual owners. And look at them. I want to show people this. This is who we're going to bow to. We're going to take forced inoculations because they say. We're going to turn our guns in because we say. And they're going to take the veterans' kids because they say. And they're going to put us in re-education camps because they say. And look how weak and pathetic they are. But because they're weak and pathetic, laughing at us, we'll let them run our lives because we love to be slaves.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Your freedoms are on the line. The Second Amendment is in danger. How soon before your freedoms are taken away? What can you not live without? What is your greatest dependency? Is it your guns? Is it your home? No, it's food. It all boils down to the food supply. Tyrannical governments control people by controlling their food supply. Don't be dependent. Be self-sufficient. Don't wait for the government to feed you. Feed yourself. I can warn you, but I can't feed you. Do like Alex has done and get a supply of food from eFoods Direct. It's the best long-term storable food on the planet. Get the popular Mega Patriot Pack free. A 24-day supply of food plus stove, cookpot, and fuel. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex and get up to 20 Mega Patriot Packs free with purchase. Build your food supply. Be in control. Be self-sufficient and be a patriot. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex and get your free Patriot Pack today.
Now that we have moved into the winter season, there is an increased need to support our immunity and health. At Silver Lungs, we are committed to meeting your needs by providing a full selection of silver-based products. Our most popular silver-based products are the 32-ounce Nano Silver Solutions, our 2-ounce Nano Silver Nasal Applicators, as well as our all-natural silver soaps. Just released is our 100% natural silver gel. Our new silver gel is not based on synthetic gelling agents, which quickly evaporate and leave the silver at the surface. But rather, we have formulated our silver gel using the natural skin-nourishing chemistry of aloe vera to quickly penetrate and nourish the skin, while delivering the silver more effectively. Visit www.silverlungs.com and click on our store page to find what silver-based products are best for you. That's www.silverlungs.com.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. And like us on Facebook.
You've heard it here. I'm on television, so everybody knows it. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in people's lawful right to bear arms.
We got to find the people who are doing this, take them out, and shoot them. Really. You take them out. They are traitors to this country, and shoot them. Shoot them dead. I'll pay for the bullet.
Challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match. Show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.
I will not take your shotgun away. I will not take your rifle away. I won't take your handgun away.
Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
All right, folks, Alex Jones here, back live, and we have a lot of new listeners today. Let me explain what's happened. foreign mega banks that have taken over most of the world because they can issue unlimited currency and credit and then pay our governments off to sign on to that fraudulent derivative debt. Because that fake paper, once it's invested and once it infects the 401ks, the pension funds, the bond markets, now is basically holding us all hostage. And this is how they're consolidating the economy into a top-down, organized, managed command and control system. And they have basically hobbled the public's mind by only teaching you about leftism and right-wingism, or fascism on the right, communism on the left. And which, you know, fascism always becomes authoritarian, communism becomes authoritarian, because they're authoritarian systems designed by the robber barons starting in the 1870s on record. I mean, they've had the congressional hearings on this. There have been countless white papers and books written by Helmut Schmidt, Men in Power is a Political Retrospective, Carol Quigley's Tragedy and Hope. I don't know, 4 or 5 books. I've read 3 of them by Zbigniew Brzezinski. All of it. And they sell it to every audience. They sell it to libertarians one way. They're Peter Thiel. They sell it to liberals another way. They sell it to right-wingers another way. But really, it's all the same poison labeled with different flavors. It's grape, it's cherry, it's coconut, it's strawberry, it's orange, it's lime, it's lemon lime. It's all those flavors. It's raspberry Kool-Aid. But it's all the same base poison cyanide. Jim Jones handed out a bunch of different flavors there in Guyana. But it was all the same thing at the rock bottom. At the rock bottom. And they are trying to create literally a false political reality with a dumbed-down population so that the globalists, let's look at motive, get the life extension technologies and can have their progeny enjoy the resources of the earth and the advanced human development for themselves. It is the ultimate act of total domination. The culmination of British royalty funding scientists in the 1850s beginning for a political system of total control to end the species as it has been known, to artificialize it, to hobble it, to binary damage it with a poison in the culture of artificial degeneration so that the power structure has to be the artificial gravitational girder or center of the wheel system to unify and control it. Everything is about making us dependent on them. Getting us in the judicial system, getting us in the psychiatric system, getting us into the criminal justice system, getting us into the fraternity, into the cult, into the guild, into the right wing, and the liberal, the gay, the straight, the black, the white, the Raza, the Mecha, the Klan. Getting you into your group, then with key globalists over it at each point in Rothkopf and the Kissinger group's superclass model. I had Rothkopf, head of the Kissinger group at the time, who wrote Superclass 5 years ago. I talk about it so much because I'm like, why did you come on the show when I saw your book in the Washington Post? He goes, well, I know it's a good-sized show. And I said, did you think I was Alex S. Jones, the head of the Shorenstein Center and the former head of the New York Times? And he goes, no, I knew you were Alex E. Jones. He goes, I wanted to have you on and try to convince you globalism is good. I was talking to him during the few breaks. He was on for 30 minutes. Maybe it was an hour. You can go pull up that interview out there. And after that, we've called him. He said, no, I couldn't convince you. You don't understand. I don't want to come back on. I'm too busy. But during the breaks, he's like, well, you're part of the superclass. You know, you're like a leader of the patriots. I mean, that's how this works. I was like, oh, I can still be a patriot and be Mr. Libertarian, but then I can kind of do little favors. He's like, well, that's not how it works. This is during the break talking to him. But he's like, you know, it's not as bad as you say. It's the way it's always been. You know, it's no big deal. It's warm inside. Come on inside, Alex. But see, that's only the cover story, folks. It's very dark on the inside of this thing. And I'm not bragging about myself. I'm not bragging about Alex Jones here. I'm saying that I've had top national radio executives try to get me to sell out to the New World Order. And it's the same thing. Globalism's the future. You can't stop it, Alex. You're going to be a star or be on this crusade and go nowhere. I've been giving that speech like 4 times by 4 different radio executives. Rothkopf was giving me the speech during 3-minute breaks. Don't you understand, folks? This is not my opinion about this New World Order. But I'll tell you what I found. When everybody sold out, and I never did this on purpose, but when everybody sold out, it's lesser and lesser returns to sell out. I never sold out because I'm not signing on to corruption and evil and death and destruction. I have goodwill for people. But I'll use an analogy that I've read in the Wall Street Journal and other places about porn. 30 years ago, a top porn actress might get paid $2-3 million a year, $500,000 per picture. Now, the quality of women is off the chart, supermodel level, and they're getting paid $500 because there's such a glut. Every young woman wants to be a star. The only place you get called a star, a mind control event, you're a star being a cop. You're a star being a bureaucrat. You're a star when you're the manager at McDonald's. You have power. Like the TSA says, I have power. I have power. Now the women are paid $500, top stars, $2,000, $3,000. And they've got to do more and more horrible things. And I've read where the porn directors and people brag, it's been my mission to destroy society and Christianity. And, of course, they're just cogs, too. The top scientific technocrats, they've got their God. They've got what they believe in. But it's about debasing you so you have no human empathy so that when you're being abused next, your neighbors won't help you. Because they've lost their empathy. In fact, I'm going to get to the top story here in a moment. But yesterday I was driving home, and I never do this. And I said, you know what? I'm going to turn down this street, and I'm going to go to this movie theater, and I bet there is a Zero Dark 30 showing in 10 minutes. And I didn't really know movie show times because I went home early yesterday at about 3 o'clock. My kids weren't going to be home till about 6, so I thought, you know what? If it's showing right at 3:10, I'll see it. I pull in, 3:10, walk in, it starts, 2.5-hour movie. And I just knew what the whole thing was going to be. It was a giant torture porn event with powerful, sexy women doing the torturing. And, oh, it's so powerful. The CIA is so cool, and they're such great people, and they're so good, and they're so nice. Folks, they run the giant child kidnapping rings. They run the narcotics. And I don't just need the Solicitor General's hearings in '97 where they confirm they run most of the narcotics, or that the CIA protects the groups that run the snuff films and all of it. And Brzezinski's argument in one of his books, he says, oh, yeah, we control organized crime. What was it, the Technotronic Age, I believe. Wrote that in the 70s. He goes, yeah, the intelligence agencies, Interpol in Europe, CIA here, we do control the organized crime and all the vices because then we can control it and limit it by controlling it because it'll always be there. It's like a fake libertarian Rand Corporation statement. Hey, it isn't your libertarian technotronic right to grab 5-year-olds out of backyards, torture them, rape them for 6 months, and blow their heads off because you're into that. And then all their movies, you know, are about demons killing kids and the kids kill their parents and, you know, all the rest of it and all this stuff, getting you ready for the real deal. Bathing you, waterboarding you in just Satanism. Just, oh, yeah, we're torturing people's kids to keep you safe for 9/11. The whole movies, they killed 3,000 of our citizens, so we've got to torture them. Of course, they didn't show the little kids being tortured or how they got KSM to talk and then confess the things he didn't do in the movie. And it's dog collars and people defecating on themselves. And I sat there and watched women in the audience. It was mainly women because it was a matinee, and a late matinee, and it was about 10 women in there and about 5 men. And I sat there people watching and watched the women